Now that's a lot of stuff popping up. It's a whole lot. Before we carry on, this is the positive word for today of December the 30th, 2025. This year is almost over. We're wrapping it up really, really quickly. This is the last 48 hours of the year. Peace and blessings and happy holidays from Team Angie. I'm team member Aaron Glenn, private personal consultant, also advocate for mental health awareness as well. If you guys are looking for ways to make passive income online, I'm your mentor. Live mentorship programs available. Earn while you learn. Pay as you go e-courses. Learning high income earning skills. I am leading you along a way that is uniquely right for you. The closer to me you grow, the more fully you become your true self, the one I designed you to be. Because you are one of a kind, the path you are traveling with me diverges increasingly from that of other people. However, in my mysterious wisdom and ways, I enable you to follow this solitary path while staying in close contact. In fact, the more completely you devote yourself to me, the more marvel at the beauty of life intertwined with my presence. Rejoice as we journey together in an intimate communion. Enjoy the adventure of finding yourself through losing yourself in me. And this word was inspired from the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17, the book of Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, and last but never the least, the book of John chapter 15, 4, and 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 through 8. I am leading you along a path that is right and uniquely for you. This world is not being led by one nation under God. They're being led by ego and power. This is breaking news. Within the last 48 hours, Iran declares war on America. And right now, what it's looking like is a bunch of he say, she say, everybody's in everybody's business. I'm not sure what it's all about, but let's carry on. Deputy Commander said the exercise included ground, air, and intelligence units. Hey, back there.
I never thought I'd get another chance.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is meeting Marco Rubio ahead of a meeting with President Trump later this afternoon. The meeting comes as Iran's president says it's in a full-scale war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe. Foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli and former National Security Council Senior Director for Counterterrorism Javid Ali are here with more this afternoon. Maggie, I just want to start with you. These are provocative comments from Iran's president. What do you have for us on the latest on this?
Yeah, Faith, we're used to provocative comments from Iran, but this latest comment also seemed timed to provoke maximum reaction ahead of that meeting between Netanyahu and Trump. Now, Iran's president is saying not only that his country is at a full-scale war with the U.S., Israel, and Europe, but also claiming that the military is stronger than it was when the U.S. and Israel targeted Iran's nuclear sites over the summer. Now, you may remember back in June, President Trump ordered an attack on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities using bunker buster bombs. He initially claimed their nuclear capabilities had been totally destroyed, but the government now says some of that enriched uranium wasn't eliminated, and it's unclear how far their was actually set back, Faith.
And Javid, what do you think of the president?
Nah, that's pretty interesting though. Really, really cool. Because I do remember that they did launch an attack earlier this year. They claimed that they got rid of everything, and then I did hear their chief in command say, yeah, y'all, that was a good try, but y'all didn't get everything. And now they're about to show what they got left. It's like an early 4th of July coming up before the end of the year, in my opinion. And it's for educational purposes, entertainment is for entertainment purposes as well. It's all alleged, right? But yeah, since the thing with Noah, the guy from Nigeria, was building the boats, that didn't happen December 25th. I guess they gotta make sure that something happens. And also with everything going on nowadays as far as the distractions. If you heard of trips to Cancun, people are now starting to see something called Frogman. And they have a debate about AI. The reason why AI was basically provided for everybody, why it's so important, why it's been incorporated within our daily lives, so that people won't be able to tell the difference for when this next year comes, 2026, and all of the weird things that people are about to begin to start seeing, all of the sightings. You're not going to be able to decipher whether it's AI or your mind's playing tricks on you, you know, with all of the fog. Things within the naked eye in real time. You really can't see because of this fog, because of the rain, because of they want to keep you inside of the house. This world has so many things that's let's say stranger than fiction. A lot of these fantasy movies are about to become really, really interesting and really, really, let's say, normal. People out here seeing Frogmans. Michigan got the Dog Man, aka the Wolf Man. I was watching a video last night. They was talking about this back in 2022 or 2010, something like that. So what was going on was the people was reporting sightings of a large wolf, a pack of them actually, and they was being unheard until the law enforcement went to check it out, and then they start reporting the same sightings. And then they try to wrap it up. They was like, yeah, we just ain't gonna mess with that. We're gonna stay out of the way until some of the hunters, you know, they hunt in Michigan. They start basically knocking them down like dominoes. They started taking down the pack. They say they was highly intelligent. They was calculated the way that they set up their attacks. And they were not only eating the live cattle in people's ranches, the farms, they were going after cats that were put up in their yards. They were going after a lot of different stuff. This pack of dog man wolves, they say they all stand up on 2 feet. It's cryptoid. It's pretty interesting. They got red eyes. It's a lot of weird stuff here in Michigan. You didn't know. Be the first to tell you. But anyway, right? America has been on a power trip where allies with so many people, yet and still we can't teach people how to handle their conflicts because we like to be involved. We like to compromise our own safety, our own resources. A lot of the money that we need for those people who here in the States are on this soil, who are homeless, who are hungry, who are in medical needs. A lot of different things are going on with the people, the tax paying people, I was trying to say. And no relief seems to be anywhere in sight. The whole West Coast is starting to turn into a big pool or pond. It's going crazy with the mud floods, the mudslides. Never really heard of anything like this until this year. Well, really late last year when all of this stuff started amping up and start hitting the states. I know overseas they had it bad earlier this year and late last year. I don't want to start naming cities, countries, continents, and get it wrong. I wish no bad on anyone. A lot of people are in horrible conditions right now as the winter just began. The solar system. That's what they call it. I can't even get it out right. Basically, the time of year where everything is slowly but surely dying away until the spring hits again within the next 60 to 70 days. We got a good little run. Winter is usually over with by the end of February, sometime in March, depending on where you are in the world. Sometimes the winter isn't over with until mid April. Who knows? But yeah, we got a little season for the cold. The reason I brought this up is because this season has just started. But nevertheless, the worldly catastrophes has been going on and it's getting worse and worse. It's cold outside. It's a cold time of year. And people are trapped under mud and water. It was Washington, I believe, Oregon. It was like three states. I'm like, wow, including California and a little bit of New York. It's just crazy. And who's to say and who's to know if these natural catastrophes isn't weather manipulated by the people that's saying that we're striking back? It seems like it makes sense. It's winter time. We have bad weather, whatever, right? But nevertheless, the type of weather that we're getting, it hasn't been like this around this time of year in years. And the only time it has been like this is when something like this is going on, when we're at war with other countries. They've been sending missiles. I'm not sure if I can say that or whatever, but and we've been seeing them, but who knows if that's Project Blue Beam or whatever, right? And the real strikes that they're sending is through the weather, through the food, through the people. You know, it's an art to war. It's not always about who could be the rowdiest, who could speak the loudest, who could strike first. It's about who could take the whole team out. If you guys are familiar with games, if anybody know how to play games, used to playing games, one game in particular is chess. This game is about taking the other team down, checkmate to where you can't move at all, you can't strike at all, you can't do anything but just war is similar to the game of chess. Not every move is being made right away. Not every move is accounted for. That's how people end up losing chess. It's the battle of the minds. The same way that this world is a battle of the minds within the spirituality sense and physical sense. So many people battle mental health awareness because they lose in the battle of the mind. And nevertheless, this is what it's all about. Being awareness, first and foremost, being aware of what's going on. I see a lot of comments. I like to read the comments. People, you can see how lost people are. They don't have no sense of direction, no sense of urgency, no sense of discernment, no sense of what's going on at all. It's like a lot of people are going into their second childhood as far as the mindset goes and the mentality. And age doesn't uh, age doesn't give you that ability to understand, to have wisdom, to have knowledge. Those are for those who seek. And a lot of men perish for the lack of knowledge. They don't want to go learn anything. They don't know anything because they don't know how to learn anything. Therefore, They always in situations that allow them to lose their lives, lose their freedoms, and to lose their health, lose everything they've been working on or building. But that's the reason why, because they lack knowledge, they lack understanding, they lack wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is knowing when to use knowledge and how to use knowledge. That's when you know you're wise. And then vice versa. When you don't know when to use knowledge, you're not wise. Therefore, you're ignorant. When you don't use knowledge, you have no wisdom on what to do with what you know. Therefore, it's not a tool for you to use. Say study to show yourself approved, not just study to think you know some stuff and not know some stuff and not know what to do when it's time to do what you need to know what to do. It's not being wise. It's not wise at all. People perish for the lack of knowledge.
The Iranian comments, and how concerned are you that this could actually lead to more attacks?
Faith, nice to be with you. And reiterating the previous point, it's provocative, it's bold, it's belligerent, but we've heard not only the former Iranian presidents and this Iranian president say similar things, but also the Supreme Leader. And the fact that this statement was posted on the Supreme Leader's website, that is also pretty interesting. But beyond the rhetoric, I don't think it actually is backed up by the threat as described by the Iranian president. Iran is still in a pretty weak position in the aftermath of Israel's campaign against it from the summer, and then the U.S. strikes against the 3 nuclear facilities. Not saying they have no threat, but I don't think that Iran is in a position to both Israel and or the United States in the way it's being described by.
And the way that he's thinking, that's the thing with men, like they think they know it all. And for them to be saying they not playing that no more, you see how dude look, he don't look like he worried at all about no America, Iran, Israel. The name you can't say, the anti-Semitic, which is crazy as fuck. Y'all get on here and say nigga this, black that, whatever, right? But black people got tough skin. That's why we don't be on y'all about that. And the same thing is like, they think natural catastrophes happen, but these people is smart. They're not just gonna keep sending missiles, keep sending bombs. They know that that's something that could basically and potentially end the whole world. And besides that, AI Atlas, they up in the skies monitoring and controlling what is going on. So they've tried to do this before. They keep trying to do it, and it's always unsuccessful. That's what they're not going to tell you. That's why they have all these projects, different projects that's unsuccessful, just so they can know a little bit more of what they thought they knew. Probably didn't heard it before. This is the year of the snake. Everything is being brought to the light. The snake does this, it sheds its skin, the old, and it moves out into the new. The old America is being revealed. Everything is being brought to the light. They think these other countries, because they don't talk about what they have, what their plans are, they don't think that they know how to have war. They don't think that they know how to fight wars as well. But also they don't think that these catastrophes happen is a possibly strike from them. It's no coincidence we got half of our United States underwater, and it's just beginning. We got 3 states just flooded on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and then we got fall coming from California all the way to Ohio now, and it's a little bit in Michigan. It look like seen this shit like a day ago. Got the animals acting up. Got the people acting weird. It's definitely some in the water and some in the fog. But these people not prayed up. They like to go play in the spiritual realm. They go contact whoever, whatever, thinking they have some physical power. God said he's going to come and he's going to have judgment on those who are partakers of the dark. Anything in the dark always gets exposed when the light shines. If you go into a dark room, you cut the light on, you only see little bits of shadows, little bits of pieces here and there, because the light basically it vanishes the darkness. And that's what God is going to do within his spiritual realm and his physical realm. He's going to shine his light across the whole world. And every bit of darkness is going to have to flee. So, ignorance is bliss. People have fun in the dark. You got so many limelight. The limelight is full of madness and dark. That's why the clubs is always dark, full of demonic spirits, alcohol, drugs, and weirdos. All of this type of stuff is done in the dark. But everything always comes to the light. Like these rituals people do underground, these and stuff like that, right? Why you think they're done in the dark? Because this isn't anything of God. This is anything of the Holy Spirit. This is anything that one nation under God should be moving like. Therefore, it's also, to me, in my opinion, the year of darkness, where the truth is being hidden by anything they can, and they're trying to turn the lights off on anything that's true, anything that's valuable, anything that's holy. That's why we have a lot of people unalive, disappearing, incarcerated. Why you think they'll never let out Larry Hoover and stuff like that? These people who are powerful, who are in position to make powerful changes, positive changes in the world. And these are people they don't want to be out influencing the world to do better, be better. Because ignorance is bliss. And the more you keep people in darkness, the more that you could continuously to do as you please, what they call it, you have your run or whatever. You can see this going on with 50 Cent, with Diddy, anybody in the entertainment industry, anybody trying to make up being incarcerated, or they up not making music anymore, not making movies anymore. People that was going to really change this narrative in a positive way, like Lil Flip. You could say Hurricane Chris, Tribe Called Quest. It's different rappers, it's different conscious type of hip hop artists, whatever you want to call them, however you want to label it. It's a lot of people out here trying to shine a light on this dark world. About to finish this out and then we finna get up. Iran thinking that these people don't know what they're doing, thinking that these people have no protection. It's just a dangerous move. We're supposed to be ending the year with momentum, high spirits. Jesus' birthday. Jesus came in the world so that we may have life, that we may live and live truly, live in abundance of great things, not being belittled by the other people of this world, not being ungrateful and jealous because someone is in a position that we desire to be in, or they have things that we desire to have. Anybody who's a child of God through Christ who strengthens us. Therefore, you should have no reason to be jealous or anything of anyone. That spirit doesn't come from Most High. But anyway, if you're tired of being like the world and you want to know for a fact that you have favor on your life, that you are blessed and highly favored, I challenge you to pick up your cross and carry it with me into this new year. We're going to go into this new year sober. We're going to go into this new year with our shields, which is our Bibles. And we're going to go into this new year reading the word of the Lord, one day at a time. It's what I'm going to do here on this channel each day, every day. I'm going to be reading from my book of inspiration. 365 days. Quite challenging. I have lost my life that is dear to me. Even last year, I lost my cousin, and then 7 months later, my aunt. So I've been trying to deal with grief. Also, I've been dealing with changes in my life, how I feel, how I view the world, how I interact and engage with it. Protecting my peace and energy. Choose Christ, the devil choose you. So you have a lot of protecting your peace moments. You got to be on top of that a lot more. You have to fall back from people, places, and things. People who don't want to work on themselves, places that's unholy, things that's demonic. These crystals that y'all worship, the money that y'all worship, these celebrities y'all put on pedestals, some of the jewelry that you wear, whatever you put above God is what you idolize, is what you worship. And this year, I'm not um soberly thinking. A lot of people thinking that it's all right to not deal with stress, managing anxiety, run into superficial systems and signs of relief, okay, drugs, alcohol, sex, and whatever else y'all do and people do. I don't know, but at the end of the day, these things open doors to more doors of addictions, to diseases, to unhealthy lifestyles. You'll think that I got control over this one thing, it's not that bad, but that just, and that or it's the other things that you don't want to have in your life. You think you could just smoke a little weed and be cool and it won't have any effects on you until you realize, oh well, now if I don't have it, I'm spending a lot of money on extra food, excess eating, and gluttony, right? Or you don't have emotional intelligence, you can't work on your mental health because you're feeling this way and that way, and now you're going into this and you're going into that. Like, these things open doors to others that you really don't want to have in your life, right? Now you're stealing money, now you're lying, now you're doing all type of weird shit, right? You don't want these type of problems, thinking that you can control some type of sin that's just easily dabble in and dabble out, right? That's how sin starts. It starts off as some small something unharmful, something fun, something just to pass time. And then as time go by, you realize you're in an addiction. You realize your life isn't as smooth and as prosperous as you thought it should be, as you want it to be, because you're battling different addictions, different demons that you open the door to. Some people die off being high. That's that one last hit. The devil comes grab them right about their soul, right about their body, and they're never really in that same mind again. Some people, unfortunately, they live within a different mind, same body, because they when they got high, now they're not the same person anymore. I know some people like that. It doesn't happen to. It is what it is, right? But the desires that men have, men think they know everything, but we don't. We just know how to fuck up life and mess up things that's already going good for us, right? We are co-creators with God, but we always create the worst situations possible for ourselves and for others. And it just is what it is. We become too arrogant, too prideful, and we become a victim of our own demise, self-destruction. We get in our own ways. I'm about to finish this off really quick, and then we finna be done with this. But if y'all looking for a live mentorship free webinar, check out the bottom. Also, I'm getting ready to open up my new gift. It's the fifth day on Robinhood. Links in the description on my YouTube. Go to free file out of stocks. So for the next 48 hours, they're going to be giving away gifts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what you do is you just log on and you go on the countdown screen for the third. I missed the second day. What I didn't, but I did. They say I did, but whatever, right? It didn't load on time, but whatever. I didn't get nothing for the second and first day. The third day I got Ethereum. They gave me some Ethereum crypto, a couple of dollars worth. Yesterday they gave me Solana. I'm not sure what they finna be giving out, but I'm finna be there to get mine. And y'all still got time to be there to get yours. If you knew this is best for you, you get $5 worth of stocks. Then they're gonna be either giving you crypto, some prize. Like yesterday they gave out the day before they gave out Rolly watches and they gave away I think 3 cars. So he was the one to get the physical prizes. They gonna mail you January 5th to make sure that your address, everything's still the same, and then send you your stuff. But if you ain't get nothing like that, if you just got money, it goes straight to your account. Like my stuff went straight to my account. Yesterday they gave away espresso machines. They gave away and they gave away some trips to Hawaii too, like 5 to 20 people. That was on the first day. I missed that one. And the second day, I don't know what they gave away. I missed that as well, which I was salty about. But anyway, whatever, right? If you guys want to be a part of these giveaways, they got $7 million worth of dollars that they're giving away within the next 48 hours. They ain't even gave away like at least 3 million yet. I'm not sure, but I know they got this money. Robinhood has been making money since I don't know how long, but they're an exchange kind of like Nasdaq and CoinGecko. If y'all know anything or anything about any finances, any of the markets, you will know that these are credible platforms to trade stocks, currencies, indices, options, cryptos, and stuff like that, right? These are all things that are on the markets, metals, currencies. Not every exchange have the same uh, tickers, which is like stocks or uh, cryptos. What a ticker is basically the initials of whatever stock, whatever crypto, whatever options that you're or ETF that you're purchasing, right? Say for instance, you want to grab SP 400, and they got like gold in there, they got healthcare in there, and they got a few different things in their ETF. It'll be um SP 400, which really stands for like the Nasdaq or whatever, and they got a couple different ones. But that's just an example, kind of like Robin Hood, right? Their ticker is Hood, HOOD, which stands for Robin Hood. And or like Amazon, they got AMZ, that's their ticker. I got a ticker for my cryptocurrencies, which is Tay tokens. Team Angie exclusive, which is really called, but they're called Tay tokens, TAE, Team Angie exclusive, which is pretty dope, and they'll be launching pretty soon, as soon as I get my contract approved. And what that is, all I do and all I basically need for right now is another landing page and a memoir to put out. Basically letting y'all know what I got going on and when I'm launching. And that'll be something I'm working on and I'm still trying to get it together. I just learned how to do smart contracts this past year. This year. Within the last 48 hours, it'll be a whole new year. So this past year is going to be something I'm saying a lot because this year is I learned a whole lot as far as cryptos, how to make my own cryptos, digital art, how to create digital art and Giphies and NFTs. So I did all that this year. I believe I started creating NFTs last year, but I'm not too sure about that. But what I do know is when my auntie passed away, that's when I had the idea of creating my own crypto, and I was working on that. And yeah, that was something I wanted to share with my auntie before she passed. I was working on a lot of different things that I kind of like slowed down on, and kind of lost my momentum, kind of lost my motivation. But nevertheless, we here, we still moving forward, still chasing after these goals until they're completed and finished, and then we're up in the ante, making new goals to accomplish. This year was mainly about monetization on YouTube. It hasn't been completed yet. So I'm still working on that goal, and I'm going to do so until that's completed. And once completed, you will know what's next. But anyway, nevertheless, I do drop newsletters every week. Every Sunday they be released, and also blogs. I just dropped a blog on Sunday. If y'all haven't been able to check that out, you'll have to get into my email list, and I drop them off simultaneously. Newsletter with the blog in it and everything that Team Angie got going on for the month, for the week, for the day, or whatever exclusive we got going on. You will know for that week ahead coming up within a newsletter. I'm not promoting everything that I do and that I got throughout the week. Unless it's a special promotion, then you'll know about it all month long. I do my stuff differently like that. Next year we'll be doing the third year annual giveaways, which is July 1st. And then we do cash giveaways. This will be the third year. We started last year was really successful. We had 2 to 3 people that we gave money to. We did PayPal. I think I had I do wire transfers. So yeah, if you ever see like or you're part of my giveaways, you'll get a check from Team Angie, or we'll just send it straight out from our account. Do got to account for giveaways and stuff like that. So if you guys want to be a part of that, I encourage you all to be tapped in this next year. It's really fun. We do this for America's birthday. Put people in position, Americans But it's not all about Americans though. If you're overseas, I do wire money like that as well. So you can go ahead and get some USD in your pockets. For those of you overseas, I might send out some cryptos as well. I'm not sure, but everyone is welcome to attend, participate. Only thing I do ask is that you would be a subscriber of mine on my Facebook, and that's $1 subscription fee. I lowered the price. I got a special going on right now until January 5th or the 7th, where my prices will go back to regular prices. So yeah, while they're discounted, you guys want to check that out. I might discount it again the whole month of June so that you guys could partake in this giveaway, pretty easily, and you'll have something for it. The thing about my subscription page is I have a lot of exclusive content that I don't post here on YouTube or Facebook, but nevertheless, it's in the category on Facebook for all of my subscribers, exclusive content, a lot of do-it-yourself projects, recipes, just a lot of information. You get you one good month to take a pen and paper, jot down all of that good information, because I continuously post day to day on my exclusive subscription page for Facebook. But yeah, that's the only qualifications, like make money. It take money to make money. And yeah, it's a giveaway, but at the same time, I'm giving away to those of you who are help supporting this mission, and this is my way of giving back to my supporters. Let y'all know I appreciate y'all, and this is something that I enjoy doing. I'm passionate about what I do, and we're gonna be doing more things come next year. This year was kind of iffy. Um, yeah, it was iffy. It's always iffy, but we pushed through. Still want to do the auction. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do that, but yeah, we got everything lined up. We just gonna have to tackle this goals one by one, however they come, whatever make most sense, right? Some shit not prioritized because it's not important at the moment. I'm not putting down stuff that don't serve me, and I'm not dealing with people either that don't serve me. Like if you got a lot of drama and shit going on, yeah, you're gonna have to go figure that shit out. I ain't fucking with people that disturb my mental health, my peace of mind. If you can't figure shit out, then I feel bad for you. I'm fucking with people who ain't accountable. We making shit happen. We not making excuses. If you're not making nothing happen, then hey.
By the Iranian president.
And we mentioned earlier that President Trump is set to meet with Netanyahu later on this afternoon. How do you expect this to factor into that meeting today?
And for y'all think these people care about y'all, look how they move and look how they leading. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep following behind these motherfuckers, guess where you're gonna end up at? A special spot in hell for all of you followers. You think that these people got your best interest in mind? The devil came the same way. He came with gifts and tools. He don't come empty-handed. He's not stupid. He knows exactly how to entice you all to do his bidding. Just like he got these people wrapped around his fingers, he got the strings wrapped on them so tight he could cough and they're going to move. How he controlling these people. They're puppets. And you can tell who got the strings on who, however they start to act. Whenever people going to speak what's on their heart. You don't know what's people's intentions until it comes from their heart. Even a fool is smart when they know how to shut up sometimes, You can't be fooled by somebody who's... Hold on real quick. All right, never mind. We good. But yeah, keep following up behind these people and see where they lead y'all. These people, they don't have no discernment of what's going on. They don't even see how God moving day to day. They don't even realize like judgment is happening. Jesus is here now. People looking for some big signs in the sky. Hey, you're gonna miss it. You're missing it. Jesus came. He's here now. He's waking up the consciousness of man. And some of you guys can't see it. Some of you guys won't see it until the catastrophes of the world wipe you away. And you be wondering like, wow. Just like everybody who ran over at Ghana thinking that the world's going to end on December 25th. Y'all following behind the wrong people. Just like all you Muslims, Muhammad talked to who? The boy Noah talked to who? Yeah, keep on following behind these people that say that they talk to somebody. They're gonna have y'all looking like a damn fool. Just like everybody over there in Ghana looking like a damn fool. They want their money back. They stuck over there. They waiting on this boat. Now they hoping that it do flood, right? Same way that everybody following up behind these presidents. They following up behind everybody. You'll be looking like a damn fool. These people lead y'all to looking stupid. No discernment, no nothing. Just sitting there looking dumb, right? Jesus didn't do Moses like that. He didn't guide him to be looking stupid. When he ran to the Red Sea, he was like, open that bitch up. Go ahead. You move it with my power. Everybody that thought they had power, the witches, the wizards, you know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't nothing when it was time for judgment. They realized just how foolish they have been their whole lives, walking with their eyes wide shut. Just like a lot of these people following behind the president, following behind the dictator, following behind the government, following behind all of these people walking around with their eyes wide shut. They're leading y'all to look like a damn fool. And they're leading y'all to destruction. You think these Iranian people gonna play with y'all? They not. You think God gonna play with y'all? He not. He's slower to wrath than the regular average human being, the regular average person. That's why people like to play with God so much, because he ain't got on y'all ass. He giving you a chance to come to your senses, to repent from the foolishness. A lot of y'all keep on keeping on with the mess. Ignorance is bliss. This is a warning video to those of you who hear my voice and you see my face. Let this message be a guidance to you guys to repent and pick up your cross and follow Christ. It's free. Jesus is the only one who died for our sins. Not Buddha, not Allah, not Osiris, not whoever else y'all be liking to play with. None of them offer you eternal life. None of them give a fuck about you when you're done. And they don't fear me. They don't scare me or nothing. I mean, it's fearful to see them and all this and that, but whatever, right? Jesus has already beat these demons before. He went to hell, dealt with them face to face like a man. And therefore, I don't run from none of this stuff. I face it like a man. I'm not afraid of the devil. I'm not afraid of none of your demons. I'm not afraid of none of the powers that you guys have or principalities that you call, because I'm a child of the light. And whenever your darkness surrounds me, just know that light always beats the darkness. So whenever you guys want to try me, I'm ready for it. And the thing about it is I don't have to fight my battles. I give it to God and he comes swiftly on your ass. You be wondering what happened to your ass. And just like God, like I don't like the goofy shit around me. You got to get the fuck out of my presence. Just like how he did the devil. He do you all. Get the fuck out of my way. Get out of my face. Get as far away from me as you can, possibly. Because when I destroy your ass, it's not going to be how you think. That's the same way God doing with the devil. Like, dude, get from around me, Joe, with that goofy shit. When I get on your ass, I'm on it. Just like he told him. You think he got free reign to do whatever? He got a limited amount of time to keep up with the mess. That's why he's amping it up as much as he can. And he's trying to take you, me, and everybody he can with him. But as for me, I'm not going to be part of this world thinking worldly. I'm going to serve the Lord. And I'm going to be patient and wait on God to give me things. It's like I can have anything that I want to, but it's because I'm being thought like the world that I didn't maintain everything. We always have all of the money we need, everything that we need, but we're not emotionally intelligent, financially intelligent. Because if we was, we'd be in the positions of power, right? Instead of blowing our shit, competing with the next, being consumers. A lot of the shit that we get and we don't need. A lot of stuff we want, we don't need. The stuff that we don't need could be the stuff that be putting us in a position of maintaining, But hey, that's just my thoughts of it. I sit there and look all the time. Like, if I was supposed to be a millionaire, then I would be a millionaire. I'm not mentally ready. I'm not financially stably ready. Whatever it takes to be there, I'm not there yet. That's why God has to put that pressure on me, because he knows I will lose it in a hurry. And everything that God gives is not a temporary blessing. God is an eternal God, and his word never comes back void. So when he says some shit, that's what it is for now and forevermore. And the only way to be in God's favor is to be spending time with God. You know, He don't ask nothing major of you. He don't care if you good or bad. He just wants you to spend time with Him. God blesses the saint and the sinner, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. God's not going to leave His one bad child because that one's acting up. When His sheep was wandering, He left the whole 99 to go find that 101 that left away, because He cares about all of His creations. But at the end of the day, we have free will. If He wants to leave, then leave. But once eternal comes, God will tell you the same way, like, get from around me. You didn't know me, and I didn't know you. And it's just simple to that truth. You know, a lot of y'all like to be comfortable with lies, but the truth is, if you don't know God now, He won't know you in the afterlife. He will tell you, depart. Just like He told Satan, get from around me. And y'all think it's a joke until you blink of an eye, you're dead. You're gone. The devil come get your ass. He gonna come collect. He needs you on his team. Because you got to fight, whether you want to or not. Yeah, this is not over with. That's what I had to learn. It was a hard lesson in life. Some shit you have to deal with. You have to go through. Just like you have to live until you die. Unless you kill yourself, you know, then it's over with. But at the end of the day, there's like two things that you have to do. Everything else in life, you don't have to do anything but live and die. And the way that you live your life is your choice. The way that you die, unfortunately, it can be your choice. But then again, it's not up to us. It's not up to you. It's not up to me. But nevertheless, it's capable. The sins that we have are within everybody else. All of us are capable of committing anything at any time. That's why we have to guard our minds. Even the man that God used, Moses, he ended up committing murder because of the things he seen, the things that he was around that didn't sit right with his spirit. He didn't know God at this time. But yet and still, you know, he's capable of any and everything. I've been around a lot of killers. I didn't think that, you know, that's what they'll do, but anybody is capable of anything. With that being said, you have to always guard your mind and give your thoughts to Christ. People will push you to end their ass. A lot of motherfuckers suicidal, and a lot of people just out here that ain't got no mind. It is what it is, right? But you got to guard yourself from those lost individuals as well, because, you know, a sword sharpens a sword. Therefore, you two become wiser together. But when you around butter knives, they dull you down to where you're not valuable, you're not useful. You have no way to sharpen anybody else up. You're just as a dull light bulb, you know. It's time to get switched out eventually. So that's what I mean by sword sharpen swords. One is either going to help sharpen the other one up, or one's going to dull the other one down. It's no, you know, these are what being equally yoked is about. Can't be with nobody who's dabbling into sin. You can't get full on Christ when you're snacking on sin. You can't get closer to God when you're constantly asking the devil for blessings. You can't get filled with the Holy Spirit when you're playing with Ouija boards and you're trying to ask whatever comes to you for any advice or for whatever y'all be going to these things for. You just can't have faith in God if you don't spend time reading, if you don't spend time fasting, if you don't spend time looking for His hand in your life. And you can't see that if you're not grateful. A lot of people wake up thinking they're supposed to wake up, thinking that this life is meant to be happen. Nothing is promised to any of us. You could die in your sleep, you could die the next moment. This whole world could get struck by lightning and burn all the way up at any time of day, you know. We're lucky to still be here. We're blessed. We only hear about God's mercy and grace. You see what's going on with the floods and people getting a little bit of time to get right. Who knows if this year will be the last year of humanity with the way the people is going around with the foolishness, especially with AI, with the internet. There's no excuses why people can't get right. That's the reason why the internet is so popular, why AI is so popular, social media. You have no excuse why you out here serving the devil. And when God finally calls us home, you're going to have to be accountable for why you didn't use this internet to seek God's voice, why you didn't use this internet to gain knowledge, Why you didn't hear these preachers when they was trying to tell you the right from wrong? It's almost time too for this rewards. I'm about to get my little rewards and shit. I'm gonna stream my income. They gonna keep on texting me or whatever. It's like almost an hour until it goes up. I just grabbed some shit called Zora too. They some cryptos. They had 3 cents right now. I grabbed like 6 of them for 24 cents. I was trying to see how much it costs to get like 1,000 of them. So if I spend like $400, I'll have 10,000. And then with that, it goes to $1. That's let me see. It was like a $4,000. No, it was okay. So that's a $9,000 and $9,600 profit. Yeah, $9,600 because you're gonna spend $400 to make this money, and then you're gonna have it wait for like 2 to 3 months. So that's the thing about it though. Like even with this, like if you was to spend $60 on the what was the other one? It was Hyperlink. They went from $30. It was like within 3 to 4 months. It went from $30 to $490. So if you spent $60, you could have came up $900 within 3 to 4 months. I want to show y'all, but they're gonna have me log in and do all this extra shit, so I ain't finna do all that. But the proof is in the pudding. You just see the link in my bio. Let me just show y'all this video real quick. I just did a little example of what it is and what it ain't. How I just grab my stuff. So you'll see exactly what's gonna happen tonight. Well, within this next hour. They usually get the prizes like around 11. Like at 8:30, they're gonna be like, all right, you was here, you getting the prize. Then they wrap your prize up and they'll email you or see your little message like this and be like, your prize available. And then what you do is you see what they gave you, and then I'll show y'all what it looked like. So I did 2 short videos. But yeah, Iran, they not playing. They going to war. They declared war right on Christmas. So is this one it? Hold on, let me go to the shorts. These the latest. All right, so this it right here.
So the countdown begins, baby. 2, 1.
This was day 4.
Peel down to unwrap. Robin Hood holidays. Ready for your daily dose of luxury? 2 people will unwrap a Santos de Cartier watch, 500 new machine grabs, and 1 million in solar will be split evenly between everyone else. The finer things in life. So we might get a Cartier watch, it says. Cartier watches. You basically just click on the espresso machine or 1 million in Solana to split. Today's lineup serves caffeine, class, and crypto. A gift is reserved for you.
They gave away. So yeah, then I just go to get my gift and be 11 o'clock. Sometimes earlier than that. I think this is the other one right here. I think so.
Let's try something easy.
This was day 3. Today is day 5. We're gonna be giving away at less than an hour. I might try to do it again or whatever, but I don't know. So yeah, if y'all want to be a part of that, you just gotta